Hi, my name is Ricky Bluthenthal. I'm a professor in the Department of Preventive Medicine at the Keck School of Medicine at University of Southern California. For your information, I received my BA in History and Sociology from the University of California, Santa Cruz, and an MA and PhD in Sociology from the University of California, Berkeley. In terms of the work I do, just wanted to share with you that I have a sort of three operating principles that I use. I try to conduct research that addresses health concerns for disadvantaged populations. When I'm doing that, I try to work in collaboration with local and community-based organizations whenever possible. And then lastly, when I'm doing that research, I try to make sure that the content and the activities in the research are directly benefiting the people who participate in it, as well as anticipating potential policy and implementation barriers in the future. I have a number of studies ongoing right now that I've sort of organized into two types. So there are randomized controlled trials, and then I'm doing some observational epidemiological studies. In the randomized controlled trials that I have going on, one of them involves injection drug use and trying to prevent the spread of injection drug use by changing the behaviors of people who inject drugs currently. So that's really focused on people who are using heroin and methamphetamines. And that's a multi-site study, so it includes drug users in Los Angeles and in San Francisco. I'm also involved in an effort called Partners for Strong Healthy Families, where we're working with a community-based organization in East Los Angeles called Legacy LA, and providing through them to middle school age children and their parents a mindfulness-based intervention that is aimed at improving the children's academic performance and strengthening the family. I've also I'm involved in a new study and recently completed another study that was related to HIV prevention among black men who have sex with men, and that's focused on improving HIV testing and reducing HIV risk for that population. In the observational epidemiological category, I'm involved with studies mostly in the area of drug use. So I'm helping with a colleague here at USC evaluate the substance abuse prevention efforts from LA County. I've also recently just completed a mixed method study. So we did qualitative and quantitative interviews with people who inject drugs, looking at a phenomenon that we call late initiates, which is people who start injecting drugs after the age of 30 or later. I'm also doing some small linkage to care study. We have new drugs available now to treat folks with hepatitis C. Among populations of people who inject drugs, most, if not all of them, will eventually become infected with hepatitis C. So that study is to look at some methods for making treatment available to people who are actively using drugs with the goal of trying to eliminate hepatitis C. And then I have a smaller qualitative study where we're looking at life histories of older Latinos who inject drugs. And then finally, with a colleague at UC San Diego, I'm doing work on a research project that looks at the ethical issues that arise when researchers work with community-based organizations. And my interest in that, obviously, is because it's something I do a lot, and it'd be helpful to know or be assured that those activities are happening in the most ethical way possible. So what am I looking for in students? I like to work with people who are eager to learn, who are willing to take chances, who are committed to making a contribution, hardworking, and finally creative. Thank you for your attention, and I hope to get to meet you. Take care.